Welcome back to the world. Welcome back to another video. Today, what I want to talk about is the fact that, plainly put, sometimes we just need to shut up. There's a couple quotes that I think are valuable on this subject. What's the first one? I have it right here. One of them is, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." That is from, it's either Epictetus or Zeno. I've seen like varying answers on who that's from. Anyway, also a good Bible verse is Proverbs 14:23. "In all labor there is profit, but idle chatter leads only to poverty." I feel like there's a lot of idle chatter in the world today. I feel like a lot of people just like to talk about, oh, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that. They kind of like brag. At least I think for some people it's motivated by kind of wanting to show off and make yourself feel better about yourself. When in reality, you're not actually, like, some people, they talk about it, they actually are making these moves. But honestly, most of the time, the people who are really making big moves and like doing the work that these other people talk about doing, the people who are actually doing it usually aren't talking about it. They're usually just head down grinding in silence. It's not always going to be the case, but a lot of the time that is the case. And like I said, I feel like there's just too many people who just talk about doing this stuff without actually doing it. And I won't lie. I've been guilty of this myself. Like, so I'm a person who has I get a lot of ideas of different things that I want to try. I don't know if I have like some kind of form of like ADHD or something. I don't know. I don't want to like diagnose myself, but all I'm saying is I hop around from idea to idea. I get distracted by a lot of different things often. Whoa. And so I've struggled with, like, I'll find something new that, oh, I'm totally gonna try that. Like, I find some new fascination. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and so sometimes I'll start talking about it to the people around me, like, oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start this business, or I'm gonna make this YouTube channel. I'm gonna do whatever else. It's been a bunch of different things. It's been, but yeah, I'll start talking about it. Oh, I'm gonna do this or that, and then a lot of the time I will actually start working towards it, but then I kind of realize after a little while, like, wait, I don't think this is actually what I want to be doing. Like, I kind of get overzealous and excited about things and kind of jump into them, talk about it with people, and then kind of realize, like, well, maybe this isn't what I want to do. I get kind of burnt out on it, and yeah. Also, this cave is crazy. Whoa, look at this. It's an air pocket right here. This is definitely a crazy cave. What the heck? Yeah, by the way, we're gonna take the cords down to my base, so it might be a little tricky to find our way home, but we'll figure it out. I just feel like if you really mean business about something, like, first of all, maybe you have a new idea of something you want to try. That's great, and you should definitely like feel that out, figure out if you want to do it. But maybe don't go like talking to everyone and telling everyone about it right away. I mean, it's not like that's necessarily the worst thing. Like, if you want to talk to a friend or a family member or someone about it, and, you know, ask, you know, oh shoot, kind of discuss it with them. Jeez, um, freaking creepers. You want to kind of discuss it with them. Like, I think that's a valid thing to do. I guess more of what I'm getting at here is, don't go kind of like bragging about it as if you're kind of like, don't go assuming your success and bragging about it to everyone. That's the main thing I'm talking about here. There are so many mobs. I need to get somewhere safe. Jeez. Well, do I have a shield? I need to make a shield. But yeah, I guess the main thing is kind of like, just don't brag about it. I don't think, me personally, I don't think it's good to brag. I've definitely like been a bragger in the past, but I don't think it's something. I now believe that you shouldn't brag. You know, I don't know. It's just kind of a thing where you're just trying to make yourself, like, you're just trying to kind of put yourself above other people. At least it's kind of the way it comes across to me. The other thing I do also want to mention is the fact that I think there's a lot of people today also who kind of, they think they're wiser than they are. I'm probably one of those people, to be honest. But I try to be humble. I try not to give myself more credit than I'm due, or even much credit at all. I just try to be humble about things. But I'm sure I'm never gonna like totally be humble, like humble the way I want to be. But that's just the nature of being human. But I feel like there are some people who there's definitely people who have inflated senses of ego and need to check that a little bit and humble themselves. There's people who think that they know more than they do, or I don't know if that's become like more of an issue in our time, or if it's just kind of more obvious by the fact, like, just with the fact that everyone has social media and can broadcast themselves to the internet all the time. That's probably really what it is. People have probably always been this way. But I feel like sometimes people just need to be quiet and learn a lesson from someone who knows more than them. And I know I have a lot to learn still. Like, if I'm being honest, I do believe that I've been blessed with more wisdom than most people my age have. But at the same time, that might just be my ego saying that, you know? Like, I'm not, again, I try to be humble, but I do kind of feel like that's just the truth, but I definitely could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong. I could just, it's funny because like every time I get older and I grow up a little bit and I look back at my life, like, of even just a couple of years previous, I think, wow, I was an idiot. I've done that like consistently. I remember in middle school I thought, oh, I was an idiot in elementary school. Then I get to high school, oh, I was an idiot in middle school. And I get to college, I was an idiot in high school. And at that point I kind of thought, oh, I've probably done like most of my maturing. Now, even looking back at myself now, I mean, I just got done with college recently, but even when I look back at myself now in college, 1, 2 years ago, I'm like, wow, I was, I was dumb. It's probably always going to be that way. I mean, I think the rate at which you, like, as you get older, you have less to learn, if that makes sense. Like, your rate of learning goes down, your rate of maturing and learning goes down as you get older. So it's kind of like an inverse exponential, if that makes sense. But I think always probably, until you get into really those later years of your life, you're always going to think back on yourself those few years previous and be like, wow, I was a real idiot. Unless you're just not improving, because I feel like if you don't think that your previous self was an idiot, then that probably just means that you're not actually growing as a person. Unless you're, up there in age. Wow, I'm kind of just running around this cave now. I don't see any diamonds or anything. I might just head back. Maybe we'll try to do it next episode, or I might just do it in between episodes. We'll see, but probably just gonna head back at this point. We'll find diamonds another time. Maybe we can start an actual mine at the base. And I think we should get back to base and maybe actually do a little more building for the next episode. But yeah, anyway, let me know if you think I had some good insight on this. Let me know if I'm a idiot, if I have a lot of learning to do. 'Cause I mean, I definitely do, but I recognize that. At least, at least I have the wisdom to realize that I have a lot of wisdom to still gain, if that makes sense. And I hope that other people can realize that too. I don't know. I think humbleness is a really good quality, and I hope that more people can realize that, and you can kind of change our culture from the clout chasing uh, one it is today. And obviously, not everyone's like that, but when you have the internet and anyone can post anything, you see the worst. You see some of the worst of humanity. So, yeah. Anyway, appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.